Hey, what's going on, guys? Shaun of the Dead here. I wanted to talk to you about a subject um, that I was watching some webisodes for The Walking Dead, and I'd already seen the previous one, Torn Apart, for this first season, and I hadn't watched the second and third season one yet. And I was like, oh, I need to go ahead and just check those out real quick, and I've been holding off on this season so far, The Walking Dead. One of those ones, I'll keep them on my hard drive. I'm like, all right, I'll hold on to them. Gotta hold on. And then I'll get the whole series, and then I'll watch them straight through, like on a weekend. I'll take a Saturday or a Sunday and just blow through every episode, and I watch the whole thing. I enjoy the show way much more straight through than waiting for each week to happen, as it drives me nuts. I get way more immersed in the show, any show. There are several shows I do this with, Sons of Anarchy being one of them. There's shows like that, Falling Skies, Walking Dead, obviously. I want to watch them straight through, with no distractions. I like to just burn through them. So it's like, some guys sit down and they go, I got football. I got Walking Dead. Yeah, let's do this. I want to see that. Now, there's some shows I'll watch episodic like that, week to week. And I don't mind, getting, watching several different things like that. One I've been pretty pleasantly surprised with is, I just went totally blank. Elementary. Of course, I always watch Big Bang Theory. And I don't mind, I might get a couple, 3 episodes here, and then I'll watch them all, and then I'll watch the next one, and so on. Love that show. I think it's phenomenal. Great cast, great actors, actresses. Pretty great. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm here to talk to you about what occurred to me while watching these webisodes. Okay? On these webisodes, one was called, I believe, Cold Storage, and the other one was called The Oath. And I was like, oh, okay, I got you. You got this oath going on here. Cool. Cold Storage was for season 2. That one was good. I don't know. I mean, I liked how the third one really tied into the show a little bit better. The second one was just kind of it didn't really have so much to do with people in the show or leading into something. It had a little bit, but not like the other ones did. The other ones kind of felt a little bit more impactful as far as that's concerned. The first and the third season webisodes did. The second one alludes to it in the middle, and I was like, okay, that's cool, But the episodes itself, the whole thing, was very impactful with part of what I'm going to talk to you about. You've heard me discuss wolves, sheep, and dogs. The whole things of wolves, dogs, sheep, has been this tale of balance of, and I'll explain it like this. Your average run-of-the-mill person's a sheep. They let TV, they let their friends, they let the media, billboards, advertisements decide what's in fashion, what they should act like, what they should look like, what they should wear, where they should eat, what they should listen to, how they should dress, what kind of car they should drive. All this stuff is all dictated by all this extra stuff. And they're just kind of follow along blindly going, bah. And then you have the wolves, which are like criminals that mug people, rob people, kill people, all that kind of stuff. And you have dogs who are police officers. They protect you from the wolves as best they can. There's a whole hell of a lot of sheep, and there's plenty of wolves, and there's maybe a dog for every wolf, but dogs can't be everywhere all the time. There's too many freaking sheep. So unless a sheep grows a set of fangs and becomes a dog, you're pretty well screwed. You're wolf bait. I'm a dog. I'm a civilian dog. You know, civilian sheepdogs. Usually the term, and I'm okay with that. I'm not going to let a wolf roll up on me without them, feeling my bite back. I'm not saying I'm necessarily going to win every encounter I get into. I might even lose my first one, but I tell you what, I'm going to go down swinging. I'm not a sheep, period. Obviously, look at me. I don't believe in conformity. If I want to be a long-haired guy with a long beard, then guess what? That's what I'm going to be. If I want my tongue pierced, I want my ear pierced, I want tattoos, I'm going to have them. I'm going to have them because I want to. If I want to get my CHL and walk down the street with this on my side, I do. I see a sign that says I can't go in there by state statute. It says no concealed handguns, and it has the proper statute as it is as stated by Texas law. I don't shop there. I go someplace else. I don't give them my money, as I don't conform to their will. They'll conform to mine, or I'll go elsewhere. They'll lose my business. I got out of my car to go into a restaurant that happens to sell booze, and they had the 51% sign. They get 51% or more of their sales from liquor consumed on the premises. In Texas, they must post that. And if they do post that, that means you cannot carry a concealed firearm in there. It's against the law. I got out, walked to the door, opened the door, saw the sign, let the door shut, turned around, got in my car, went someplace else, got my food elsewhere. Why? I'm not going to go someplace I can't carry. Just not going to do it. That's my thing. I don't like to go unprepared. Which brings me to the second step. A lot of people, gangsters and thugs and hoodlums and robbers and muggers and, all these people that consider the people called gang members of whatever caliber of gang members, from, Blood Crip gangs to MC gangs, motorcycle clubs, in case you don't realize what that term is, bikers there, that helps any, to mobsters, to, things of that nature, to just your bullies at school, for you younger folk that watch. These are wolves. They prey upon sheep. And you might have a couple of nice guys that run around that are tougher, and they might leave them alone. Those are your dogs. Those guys help protect you. They're few and far between. There's more sheep than anything, and wolves always pick out the weak and the sick and the cast outs. They always go for the fringe. They don't walk up into a big herd of people and start attacking one of them. Have you seen a school bully walk into the playground and walk up to a group of like 20 kids that are hanging out, playing, having a good old time, and just grab one dude out of the middle and just start punching him in the face and say, "Y'all better give me your milk money"? No. He's going to get jumped by like 20 kids. He ain't doing that. He's going to catch that little nerd that's in his locker by himself, and catch him off alone. He's going to grab that mug, slam him against the wall, and "Give me your money." And that dude's going to have to capitulate, or he's going to have to fight, or he's going to get beat down. Or try to fight and get beat down. Or he can just give him his money and hopefully not have to get hurt in the process. And that's usually what happens. So, wolves, dogs, and sheep. The second season, Cold Storage, really personifies the wolves, dogs, and sheep mentality. And there'll be role reversals, and not necessarily reversals, but people will change their roles depending upon their circumstances. Certain things will snap sheep into becoming wolves. They're like, "I'm not going to take it anymore." That nerd, some school shootings happen like this, that nerd gets tired of getting picked on. Pearl Jam wrote a song about it. Jeremy spoke in class. They get sick of it. They come to school. They go steal a gun from someplace, and They come in and start cracking off shots at people. Why? They get tired of being picked on. You know, and there's not enough dogs out there to help befriend them and keep them safe. So finally they take matters in their own hands and they start to just screw everybody over. Now they're broken mentally, obviously, because they've had this issue because they've been downtrodden for so long. And I'm not justifying I'm not trying to justify school shootings or anything. Obviously, that's horrible. What I do blame is the teachers for not being dogs enough to go out there and stop these wolves from picking on people and causing problems and catching this crap in advance. And I do blame mostly the government for everything as far as that's concerned, because they don't fund the teachers enough to give them the ability to do what they need to do. And as said very well by the NRA, you put your money in a bank. The bank pays for security. Is your kids more important than your money? Pay for armed guards. I'll tell you what. Use your local militia. Use your local CHL holders. I'll volunteer my time. I'll get the time. And I'll volunteer myself once a week to patrol the hallways, armed, ready to go. I'm trained. Not only am I a concealed carry permit guy, not only have I passed the shooting test and the written test at 100%, have I passed these tests to be a adequate shooter and law-minded enough, and the rigorous background checks for my home state, my current state of residence, and a federal background check. Not only have I passed all that, I used to shoot competition, so I'm very well apt in the art of handguns, rifles, shotguns. I've shot multiple in competition. Okay, I'm apt. I'm competent. Somebody comes in and they got a comment like, "Dude's coming in with a gun. He's in this hallway. Help!" Okay, I'm heading to that hallway. Dude better drop his gun or I'm going to drop the dude. I'm going to protect the kids. If I got to dive on top of a kid and get shot up to protect that kid, I will do so. Utilize who you have on hand. I will volunteer my time for free. I will come in for free and I will walk the hallways in security clothing, carrying my own personal firearm for them. I'm licensed to carry. Just give me the authorization to carry on school premises as a security personnel, and I will do it for free. I'll do it for free to keep kids safe. So, yes, I blame the government for not allowing us to protect ourselves and not allowing people to be protected properly. That's why there's school shootings. Now, I'm going to just went completely off topic. So, I'll tell you what. Let's try to get back on topic here. I just kind of struck my own nerve and I just went with it. So yeah, sheep can become wolves, and dogs can become wolves really quick. What happens in a situation where you have military or police officers and now there's chaos ensued? There is no more chain of command. It's just you and your buddies, and you're a cop. Hey, bro, we need some food. All right, here comes a car. Let's stop it. Okay. What are we going to do to stop it? Get their food. Okay. Dogs just turned into wolves. A pack of them. Some of the ones in the pack might not like it, but they'll probably get dead if they speak up. Because you can't talk against the pack, and especially when it benefits the pack as a whole, getting food, water, supplies, firearms, ammo. When you're looking at benefit for becoming a wolf, it's kind of hard to turn that down. You can't just go, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the right road, man. I'm a cop. I took an oath, man. I'm good. Not when there's nobody to pay your bills, and there's no one giving you food to take care of your family. You got to come up with your own way. And you got a group of 15, 20 guys. You're all trained together. You all walk the beat together. You all know each other's families. You know what? I can't say I blame them. I mean, you gotta have a community somewhere. So unfortunately, you're gonna run into a wolf pack that way, and sometimes wolf packs will take in new recruits. It happens sometimes. You can get accepted into a pack. It's hard, it's rare, but it's possible. I'm dog, and but I have some wolf-like tendencies. I don't mind being a little rough if I have to be. And you hear all these tough guys talking all this smack about, man, I'm going to take my machete and I'm going to just chop my zombies' heads off. And I'll tell you what, if I see a little baby and it's bit by a zombie, I'm just going to chop its head off. I don't care if it's my own baby. I'm just going to chop its head off. I'm going to put a bullet in the brain of everybody that's been bit. Argument. So you're so cold and so callous that an infant laying in its bassinet that's been bit by a zombie, and the mother defended their baby with her life, and her was laying there dead or dying. And you already put a bullet in her head to put her out of her misery because she's going to turn soon. And you look in that bed, in that bassinet, and you see that little baby with a bite mark on it. Might be missing a hand. You're going to chop that little freaking kid's head off? Seriously? It's not that I'm not willing to kill a zombie. Kid's not going to get out of the bassinet. I mean, it's not. Zombie or no, it's just going to fracking lay there and flop around. Why do I need to be cruel? No. Just walk away. Just walk the frack away. For two, a lot of movies and shows portray people taking their family members that's been bit and tying them up or locking them away somewhere and trying to protect them and saying, man, I think there might be a cure. I hope there's a cure. I'm keeping them around just in case. And other people are like, nah, I just shoot them. That's polar opposites. And I'm like, man, you know what? I can see myself, if one of my loved ones was bit, I could see me going, you're coming with me. Anybody tries to get my fracking way is going to get shot. Family comes first. When I turned, I'll take precaution to make sure no one gets, infected because of this situation. But no, you're not going to take out my loved one. Like in Shaun of the Dead when that dude pulled a gun on his mom. Man, I would have had that dude's throat cut so quick, there wouldn't have been a chance for him to shoot her. You don't do that. And ultimately, Shaun of the Dead, Shaun shot his mom. Because he had to. If someone's going to take out one of my loved ones, it's going to be me. Or it's going to be someone that I've never seen, and I'm not there when it happens. Because I left. Because I didn't do it. Truly. So I mean, this is just truth for you. And this is all about the psychology of what happens to people in a zombie apocalypse. People think that they're going to do all these things. My dad's got a phrase, and I love this phrase, and it makes perfect sense in this situation. Like, I'm going to do this. It's like I used to say as a kid, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do that. And he's like, you're going to crap and fall back in it. And I was like, what? What? I understand, Dad, now. You're gonna talk some crap, and you're gonna fall back in it, because you're just full of crap. Everything that's coming out of your mouth means freaking nothing. You're gonna crap and fall back in it. You're not gonna do half the crap you're boistering about. Am I gonna survive? Yeah, because I'm Shaun of the Dead. But you're not Shaun of the Dead, so I mean, you gotta do something. You know, you got to bring something. And I do truly believe that I would come out pretty well in a zombie apocalypse. Am I guaranteed survival? No, of course not. Even though I am Shaun of the Dead, I'm not immortal. So, stray bullet could swing right through my window because people are capping off shots, and I could be just as dead as anybody else. I could flip my Jeep whenever I'm driving down the road trying to get away from some stuff. You know, I might get mobbed from a bunch of zombies whenever I didn't even know they were there. You know, I might fall and twist an ankle and I can't get away fast enough. I mean, I'm human. Do I think any of those things are going to happen? No. How I think I would die in a zombie apocalypse, to be honest, besides being old age. um, besides being old age, I would have to go with. I would see somebody and I would take a chance on saving their life, and it would be a bad call because the risk is too high. And I would do it anyway because I feel like, I just needed to save them. And I would wade into a bunch of zombies whenever I shouldn't, and I would get taken out. That's how I'd probably go out. It's the dog in me. I can't help it. I want to help people. Now, I'm not stupid, though. That's the most likely way for me to die in a zombie apocalypse. But I'm not saying that's the way I'm going to go out. It'll probably be old age. So, some crazy old man running around in his underwear shooting zombies, that'll probably be me. But what's going to happen is if I see some dude up there that's all scrawny and emaciated or whatever, and, he's freaking up there and he's like, help me, and there's, 50 zombies out in front of his house. Sorry, bro. I can't do nothing for you, man. I'm not going to roll over there and be like, hey, bang, 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 zombie. What's up? Oh, crap, now this freaking herd's after me. That dude might be a fabricator. He might be a mechanic. He might be an electrician, plumber, construction dude. He might be able to do some stuff that I really need. But I can't tell. And to get him back up to strength, because he's been malnutritioned and he's been dehydrated for so long, he might just die on me anyway. So, is the risk really worth it? Sometimes it's not. I might just drive on. It sucks, but I might just drive on. If I'm driving by a clinic and I happen to see a doctor sitting up there, or a nurse, or an EMT, 50 zombies down below him, same condition as he was, I may take that chance. Because they have a skill I know I can use. I mean, I have a little minute amount of medical training. I can do a few things. One of my buddies is an EMT, so he can do a lot more than I can. So, and I know through some of the training he went through. So, if he's not already in the group, I'm going to need some medical personnel. I'm going to have a head of medical staff. I'm going to need people that can do certain jobs and fill certain roles. I'm going to lead the pack. I can't take care of a runny nose or a bullet wound. I can't do it. I can do minor things, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not an EMT. I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not that kind of trained. I'm going to need somebody that has enough skill to keep my people alive and myself. A leader of a bunch of dead people is not a leader at all. It's just a lone wolf walking around. It's not really how I roll. So, yeah, I might have to go ahead and throw some resources at that. I might have to risk my life for that. That's something worth risking your life for. So, That's a completely different situation there. Now, um, some people are going to fight amongst themselves, and they're going to kill each other, and they're going to go off the fracking deep end and use it as an excuse to just, punish anybody and everybody for all the things they feel they've been wrongful for in their life. Did I mention I do collections for a psychiatrist? I feel wronged on a daily basis by many, many people. I mentioned that pharmacists are probably the stupidest people on this planet. If I see a veterinarian and a pharmacist, I'm going to take the veterinarian over the pharmacist any day, anytime, anywhere. Pharmacists lose all intelligence when they become a pharmacist. I get the stupidest questions from them. I have zero respect for pharmacists, for real. Being in the medical industry and then talking to these people, does the doctor want him to take this medication? What's the prescription say? It says this. What's the date of the prescription? Today? Yes, he does. It's pretty freaking simple. He wrote it, didn't he? Yeah. You sure he wants him to take it? I just said they were in today, and it says here, start that med. Yes, I'm positive. Pharmacists are retarded. So yeah, people get pin-up aggression. So there's going to be a lot of, I'm going to get back at everybody that pissed me off feel. And you might not even be the person that pissed them off. You just happen to be there. And they're like, I can just do what I want now. Rawr. Bang, 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 bang. They're just going to go nuts and start killing people because they don't care. Who's going to stop them? Somebody bigger and better than them once they get the opportunity. And that's it. Until then, they're just going to run free, just capping whoever they please. So keep in mind, people are going to lose their fracking minds. They're going to be nuts, crazy, off the chain, off the deep end nuts. And I know from personal experience working for a psychiatrist how people get when they have only been off their meds for a day or two, and these are meds that are after 24 hours, the half-life is gone. The medication is no longer in their system, and they wake up a new day and there's no meds in their system, and they're like, I've been through 3 days without my medicine, and I'm going through withdrawals. You're taking a medication that does not have physical withdrawals. You're taking a medication that after 24 hours it was no longer in your system. And you're calling whining 3 days later because you haven't had your medication. It's because it's on their freaking head. They're drug addicts, or they're just so emotionally unstable that they just can't handle things, and they work themselves up into a tizzy. And a lot of people will do that. And now, imagine people we also have patients that are truly, really, really severely have some real disorders, and they really need medication to stabilize them. Those people without their meds, they end up in hospitals, and it's bad, I mean, patients, can go off the rails because they have real, true, severe disorders. Now, imagine if you live in a place where you don't know it, but the several people around you are manic depressants and bipolar, and they have all these different disorders going on, and next thing you know, they don't have any medicine left, and the prescription runs out, and these bipolars are starting to go cycling, highs, lows, and now you have the added stress of a zombie apocalypse and the impending thought of doom, and oh no, our food's almost out, and oh, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm sitting in the house and everything's making so much noise, and there's no white noise to keep things down and keep things quiet, and I don't have anything to do to keep my mind occupied, and now they're going to freak out, and they're running around the neighborhood with a knife. I mean, People are going to go crazy. So yeah, there's going to be some psychotic motherfuckers out there trying to kill each other. Not to mention zombies, and not to mention just the whack jobs that want to shoot people and shoot zombies and whatnot, and the people who are just scared shooting stuff because they're trying to survive. I mean, there's going to be so much bullcrap going on out there. It's going to be a fracking battlefield, and you're going to want to stay away from that. As forementioned in the Blender episode, I believe it was Bugging In 101, describe the Blender. Yeah, check that out. So this is the psyche of the people in a zombie survival situation. You need to watch out for wolves, dogs, and sheep. Classify them as quickly as you possibly can, so you know who you're getting in with. Try to get in with the group as quickly as possible because there's strength in numbers. Be careful of the group you get in with because you think you're getting in with a group and it's a wolf pack and you're now their prey. You might want to play a little bit of recon first. Watch them. See how they act. See if any other newcomers show up and see how they treat them. If you got the means, watch them for a week. See how it goes. Newcomer shows up, watch them for 3 or 4 days and see what happens with that newcomer. If they treat them good and everything seems to be well, and they trust them with a weapon walking around, you can probably rest pretty assured that that's going to be a pretty good group of people. If they don't do so well, you might want to take your little red wagon and move that somewhere else because that might be a very bad place for you to go. So, that's just some food for thought for you. So, the psyche of people, a lot of people that talk a lot of smack are going to be curled up in the corner or they're going to be dead. Because you can't just go out there and go nuts and start shooting zombies and slashing zombies and hitting zombies with ball bats and bullcrap and thinking that you're going to be Rambo. It's not going to work out for you very well. Some of my buddies are like, "Oh, I'm not trying to be Rambo," because they think I'm trying to be Rambo. And I'm like, I never said I was Rambo, motherfracker. I'm going to bug the frack out. You can't carry everything you got. You're right, but my Jeep can. That's why I have a Jeep. I'm not going to be hoofing it. Once I put my gear in my Jeep and I drive as far as my Jeep can go, well, now I'm going to reevaluate what I'm going to take with me. Because you're right, I can't carry it all. But it sure as hell be nice to have every gun I have, with every mag I have loaded, sitting around waiting for me. So if I happen to get in a firefight and I'm switching mags, I can throw that one down, pull up a new gun, and start killing more zombies. Because I'm getting through a heavy zone. That should be a whole hell of a lot nicer than go, "Oh, I got a couple 100 rounds on me." Psh. Yeah. A couple 100 rounds, that's not going to get me very far. Unfortunately. Because, unfortunately, it's too many. It's attrition. They have more bodies than you have bullets. So, yeah, I'm trying to bug out with what I got. I'm going to try to bug out with everything in my vehicle. And if it gets to a point where I have to go on foot, then at that point, I'll be dropping a lot of gear and adding more ammo. Because I'd rather carry some backup supply of ammo than some certain gear. You know what? I really don't need my mess kit. But an extra, 100 rounds of ammo taking its place, I can do that. I'm alright with that. As I said, I got MREs. Shoot, I just opened up, you have a package. Comes with its own plastic spoon. I'll break down the MREs and use my little collapsible spoon. I don't care. I'll use my freaking fingers. I don't care. I'll carry food, water, ammo. And something to kind of keep me warm at night if it happens to be cold. And, some way to make a fire if necessary, and some cutting implements. That's about it. I'm not going to carry a whole hell of a lot. I don't plan on doing too much sleeping until I get to a place where I can lock myself in, and then I don't care what I'm sleeping on. As long as I get a place that I'm safe, sleep will come. So, just little things like that. It's like, I'm not trying to be Rambo. I'm going to bug in until things get to a place where they're at a chill point. There's a flow of what's going on. And then if I can get out, then I will. And if it's a difficult job to get out, then I might do a couple of recon runs, see if I can't find a bunch of other survivors. And if so, I might take another person or two with me. Hey, more gunners are better than no gunners. It's kind of hard to drive and shoot at the same time. I mean, I know I'm Shaun of the Dead, but shoot, that's doing two things at once. That's I can multitask, but that's gonna be pretty rough. I can drive and shoot. Hell, I've done that as a kid, but teenager driving around shooting at crazy crap in the country. But to actually take aim at something, accurate aim while you're driving and shoot, that's a little bit different story. I mean, I'm not. This is the real world. This isn't Hollywood. So, there's all kinds of things that come with your bug out plan. I gotta find out who I can trust, who I can't. Who's going to be a person that's going to be of caliber that I can take with me, and what is their plan? Where do they want to go? Are they going in the same direction I am? I mean, are they going to be a part-time traveler? When we go to the side of the park company, are they going to want to take my stuff? They got a gun. If they're in the back seat, they kind of got to draw down on me now. That makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know if I can trust this mug. Or the fact I might try to shoot me and take my stuff. I might feel the need to shoot him first. If you jump in because you're helping somebody out, they might think you're going to steal their stuff, and they might try to shoot you because they think you're going to take their stuff. You never know who you're going to be able to trust. And that's one of the more difficult portions of the zombie apocalypse. People think that they know what they're going to do, but it's just like I've heard people that got in the military. They're like, I'm going to do blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's nothing, and they actually get shipped deployed, and they go overseas to the sandbox or whatever. And they come back with PTSD because they see their buddy get blown away right beside them, and they come back changed for life because it wasn't what they expected. They're not who they expected to be. Some of them were scared, and they didn't think they were going to be. Some of them were regretful and remorseful of the lives that they've taken, and they didn't think they were going to be. Some of them were vicious killers, and they didn't think they were going to be. And they had no remorse. And it's affecting them now because now they feel anger, and they have this, new flame inside of them of destruction. You don't know, how war changes somebody unless you've been there. You don't know what a zombie apocalypse is going to happen to you, or what it's going to do to you, what's going to happen to your mind until it happens. So you've got to mentally prepare yourself. So watch the next part of the, not the next part of this. This is actually a completed video, but watch. I'm going to do another video for you, and it's going to be all about a zombie role-playing game I come up with, and it's a way to do mental exercises to become prepared for a zombie apocalypse. As always, this is Shaun of the Dead saying don't forget to subscribe. Please click that subscribe button down below. Please tell your friends about me, and share your thoughts, comments, video responses. I want your input. As always, be polite, stay on topic, and let's have fun with this, and let's see what we got. I mean, I want to know what other thoughts that you have. I mean, I have some other thoughts and some other input on this. I didn't put everything out there, as I want to see if anybody else comes up with the other things that I've thought of on this matter, and how you feel about them. But first, I want to see who comes up with them, and if some people don't, then I might go ahead and throw a couple more of them out there for you later, in some of the comments or whatever, depending on how people are commenting and what they're saying in the comments. I might throw a couple more nuggets out there for you. But I want to see who can come up with what, and to see if people can come up with stuff that I haven't thought of. Because I mean, I'm not, I'm not all knowing here. I can use information too. So by all means, comment, please subscribe, please give thumbs up, and as always, aim for the head.